Okay, so we are going to wake up your dehydrated sourdough starter. And the first thing that you always want to do when starting a project is collect your materials or your ingredients if you are doing a recipe. So for this activity or project, you need a kitchen scale, a clean glass jar, your little sourdough, and some water and flour, and then something to stir with. I love this little wooden thing, but you don't have to use that. All right, we're going to take our dehydrated sourdough starter, and we are going to pour in 20 grams. Excuse me, I think we're doing 40 grams actually. I'm going back and editing this video much later, so okay, it's 20 grams. Okay, no, we're adding 40 grams of water. That's the deal. We're gonna add 40 grams of water because right now we're just rehydrating our starter. So before we're doing an actual feeding, we're just hydrating it back to 100% hydration because it's been dry for a while. So we're going to take whatever we got out to stir with for a long time, for many years. I just use the back of a whisk. So this is still going to look kind of gritty, but we're going to let this sit for a couple hours, maybe 2 hours. Make sure you are pushing that tare button or that 0 button between mixing your stuff. So now, after it's been maybe 2 to 3 hours, you are going to do your very first feeding, which means you're going to add 40 grams of water and 40 grams of flour. This is our very first official feeding. And this is what's going to actually start waking up our starter, giving it all that good nutrition that it needs to break down the yeast break down the sugars and all that good stuff. So we're going to mix this up really good. I always tell people that it looks like toothpaste after you mix it up. It looks kind of like toothpaste, that kind of consistency. Don't forget to scrape down the sides of your jar because you'll get lots of that good sourdough starter, that dry starter, because it is still being hydrated at this point. So don't forget to scrape down the sides of your jar. And then we are going to do this every 12 hours. But an important factor that you don't want to forget is we have all the same materials, but this time we are going to have some sort of cup that we can put a paper towel over, or another glass jar or something like that for our discard, because we are going to discard half of this. And this step is very important because you don't want to overfill and have a big mess. And also you can make stuff with your discard after you have enough of it. And your discard you can just keep in the fridge. You don't have to keep feeding it. This you can keep in your fridge for weeks at a time. So you're going to discard half. A lot of people will tell you to weigh this out. I just eyeball it and discard what looks to be about half. And now we're going to weigh it and feed it. So we are going to do the same thing that we did. Make sure we're tearing it out, zeroing it out to where our scale says 0, and adding in 40 grams of water and 40 grams of flour. And if you're watching this video really, really closely, you'll see it's never right on 40. It's always 41 or 39 or 42, and that's totally fine. Some people think sourdough is so finicky, and it's really, really not. As long as you're giving it the nutrition that it needs, you're gonna be fine, and it's gonna wake up and it's gonna be super duper bubbly for you. Yep, and I made a mess there. You're gonna use that same stirring device to stir it. And again, make sure you're scraping down the sides because you got all that good stuff still on the sides that's not wasted. So stir that down. Mix it up really good. This time you'll see the consistency is even thicker than the last time. And you are going to want to do this every 12 hours. And this is showing you what this dehydrated starter can turn into if fed properly. So I did this for about 2 weeks with my dehydrated starter to show you what it could turn into. And none of these videos are sped up. So this first clip right here is after about, I think 8 days of feeding my starter every 12 hours. And I will give a disclaimer that right before, the day before I took these clips, I did feed more than 40 grams of flour and 40 grams of water. I fed a little bit extra. And then this video here is after several weeks of feeding that dehydrated starter. And this is not sped up. Those are all those amazing bubbles in real time. It is alive. It is something alive sitting on your counter. So be diligent, be consistent. Don't forget to feed your starter every 12 hours and you will have this amazing live creature living on your counter that you can make so many amazing things with.